Hey, what is up guys? So today we are going to be talking about Patrick Hoban, quote unquote, admitting to cheating in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now first off, if you don't know who the heck Patrick Hoban is, he's a player that has won a lot of tournaments in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! He's, I think, a player that basically introduced us to the Upstart Goblin. That's why people call it the Upstart Hoban. But anyways, if you don't know what the heck happened, let me go ahead and explain it to you. And I know I don't do these drama videos very often, but you know, you guys have been blowing me up on Twitter and as well as on the Facebook page, so I figure, you know, Asian Eyes always delivers. Personally, I'd rather just continue watching, you know, how to become an MMA fighter. That's why I'm watching the MMA Candy. But anyways, on to the topic and on to exactly what the heck happened. So Patrick Hoban talked to his opponent, and he and his opponent agreed that they would side out a Jin. Apparently that's exactly, he puts himself in quotes there, do you want to side out a Jin? And he says that I never claimed I wouldn't have a Jin in my deck. So if you guys don't know what the heck Jin is, that is a card over here where it's called, it's called Jin Release for Rituals, and makes it so whoever basically gets the effect of the Jin and has that monster face up, whatever was used as the ritual material, is going to make it so your opponent can't special summon, which in short terms means that sometimes your opponent will just instantly lose the moment you activate this. They'll just quit the game if they're playing online. But nonetheless, that is the card. And he's basically trying to make it sound like he's basically taking out the card, and his opponent is thinking, okay, we'll just take out that card. Because this happens a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's certain formats where there's cards where people just don't like. This card's are, I would say, fortunately banned now, because this card was one of those cards. It's called Return from the Different Dimension. It was back when dragons were really popular. They would flip up this card, and they would just absolutely just win it super, super, super duper hard. And this was a card that a lot of players would say, you know what, let's go ahead and both side this out, because if one player opens up with it and the other player doesn't, that sets up a huge advantage for one player, to the point where you're not even getting to play against the players in terms of quote-unquote skill in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just more about who opened up with that card, or Sixth Sense can be an example, or Gateway of the Six can be another example of that card, where it would just give you that extra edge factor and you instantly just kind of win in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, like I said, Patrick Hoban, he does know exactly what he's doing. He actually talked about it over here, where he said, maybe I'm just smart. There isn't anything wrong with it, and it's certainly not cheating. It's no more unfair than putting Vanity's Emptiness in your deck before anyone else ever played it. You made your deck better, did so by using legal cards, and made it so your opponent couldn't play. At the end of the day, it's a strategy game, and my strategy was better than yours. And what's kind of funny here, he got kind of wrecked over here in the comments from this post over here on Facebook thread, and someone says, except you didn't win, but nice heal attempt, and then someone else says, actually you got wrecked at this event, man, wow, shots fired. And I'm not really just trying to hate on Patrick Hoban here, or trying to put him in the spotlight. This happens a lot of different things in life and in Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyways, the mentality that I see with this is basically that he's tricking his opponent. Now, everyone's posting up different definitions of the word cheating, and majority of them will come down to this. Wow, the marijuana sleeve on this, on the Webster's, really? Anyways, so a lot of them have this basic term where it's to influence or lead by deceit, comma, trick. And that's basically what Patrick Hoban did. He tricked his opponent into basically thinking that they were going to both play without Jin, and then he totally just had another one. Yes, technically Patrick Hoban never even lied. He totally took out a Jin from his main deck, and then he had one in his side deck and he just swapped it in. Obviously, he did that on purpose. He knew exactly what the heck he was doing, but some people consider it cheating, some people do not. And the point of this video is basically to kind of ask you guys, what are your thoughts on this? Now, of course, you guys asked me what my thoughts were on it, and you guys kept on posting the images and be like, Asian Eyes, oh my gosh, I got the picture, I got the screenshot before it gets deleted, because, you know, maybe he's going to backtrack, or someone else will backtrack on some of their statements. But basically, here's my thoughts on this. He knows exactly what he's doing. It is very, very deceitful. And if you guys didn't know, originally, guys, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yugi essentially wasn't actually about a card game at all. Yugi was basically a guy that would trick people into actually killing themselves, or he would kill them by tricking them into doing things. Not that that's really relevant to this, but yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, it is a children's card game, but nonetheless, some people, you know, get in fights over this kind of stuff. But the way I see it is this type of mentality, this type of thinking, is basically like the same people that say, hey, can I borrow $5? And you go ahead and loan them that $5, and then you go ahead and, like, maybe next week you're like, hey, can I have that $5 that you borrowed? Can I have that back now? And they said, well, I never said when I'd pay you back. It's like, dude, come on. Like, that's just so that's dumb. Like, I don't know how else to put it into words, but It's just that type of mentality that I just don't think should exist. Like, those kind of people, man, the scumbags of the world. But it's almost like when, another example, this is an excellent example. Someone sold a Necros deck, and, well, he thought he was selling a Necros deck for 700. The guy goes ahead and mails him 700 pennies. And obviously there's something wrong with that, because you don't think, oh yeah, Necros deck, that's $7. You know, 700 means $700, and that should be in US dollars. That makes the most sense. It's not like you really need to clarify on those types of things. And yes, in life, there are times where you really need that clarification, but Patrick Hoban knew exactly what he was doing, and he doesn't think it's wrong. A lot of people, I would say more people actually disagree with Hoban on this than people do agree. And like I said, I want this to be open to interpretation. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this. Would you actually think that, you know, when your opponent says, you know, let's side out a Jin, you'd be thinking that, yeah, of course, that, again, that was the point of the thing, but it's still, in my personal opinion, it's the same mentality of saying, hey, can I borrow $5? And then saying, oh, I never said when I'd pay you back. And those types of people, man, I don't know, man. I would rather just play Teemo against them. But anyways, guys, like I said, I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, because I feel like there's some open to interpretation of, you know, the word cheating and the definition, and, you know, maybe your thoughts on it in general. And some people were also saying, well, because it does technically almost follow the rulebook of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it doesn't say technically this is like quote-unquote illegal. But the thing is, in the rulebook, there is also not really mention of, that I know of in the most recent one, saying that you would throw the game for a certain item. So like, let's say for example that me and you are playing, and I'm like, you know what, hey, I don't really care to win. If you give me $1, I'll go ahead and scoop to you. And then you say, okay, I'll give you $1. And then I call over the judge and say, he's trying to bribe me. It's like, it's the same kind of trickery in a sense, where it's just like, you know exactly what you're trying to do, and you're trying to get some type of little advantage by tricking your opponent into doing something. And like I said, he knew exactly what he was doing, and I'm mentioning it. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'd love to know what your thoughts are, and do you think it was cheating, or do you think it was not cheating? But anyways, guys, I gotta go ahead and finish off my Beast Wars over here. But anyways, and I gotta learn how to become a better MMA fighter. But anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know exactly what your thoughts are on this whole situation down below in the comment section. Was it cheating, or did he totally actually just, you know, outskill his opponent by, you know, trying to trick them? Because, you know, that is kind of a talent in life that some people get away with. You know, just ask the people on Wall Street. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes signing out.